What's going on, everyone? Investor here. It's time for my weekly portfolio update. So if you're new here, please hit that subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up, and then hit that bell icon so that you don't miss any new videos. So no new deposits this week. I used the remaining funds from the prior week's deposit this past week to kind of go 50-50 for the last 2 weeks. So I was able to get into a couple good holdings, I believe, at a fair price, especially with the market pullback. I think Thursday was about one of the worst days said in about a year or so. But a pullback I think was expected. Market's been going really strong lately, so probably going to see a little bit more, hopefully, of a pullback. That way we can get into some things, at least myself, get into some things at a better price. So you can see my account is now sitting at 20,000 or just over $20,500 here at $20,540.62. So was up $11.72 as of the close of the trading day on Friday. And as you can see, Monday being the holiday and Memorial Day, the market will be closed. So kind of a free day for us to do some more research and plan out our week. So especially with the shorter week. So overall, I was down about $440 on the week, especially with that market correction. Most of that came with that one day being Thursday. But I was I was able to dollar cost average and get into some good things. So I did receive one dividend payment this last week, which was energy transfer. This upcoming week, I'm going to do much of the same thing I did last week. I'm going to dollar cost average, especially if we see more of a market pullback, especially with the shortened week, try to get into some things and really bring my cost basis down. So I'm also scheduled to receive 3 dividend payments this upcoming week, being Walmart, WMT, Arbor Realty Trust, or ticker symbols ABR, and then SBUX or SBUX for Starbucks. And that'll finish off the month of May. So hopefully the month will bring a new high total for me. I'm hoping these 3 dividend payments will do that, but we'll see. We'll see where we end up. So I'll have to stay tuned for that. This upcoming week here, I should be able to deposit around $250 or so into the account. Haven't done as much work lately, still trying to put in some overtime when I can, but I don't want to get burned out either. So trying to find a good mix there. Between that and the 3 dividend payments, so it should be a pretty decent week with some things getting added to the account. So let's jump over to the spreadsheet and I'll show you what I've been up to this past week. All right, guys, taking a look at the spreadsheet. A couple of additions this past week. Just start right here at the top. Added just about a quarter of a share of SCHD. Added about a full share of O Realty. This was pretty much just cost basis. I mean, it really struggled this week. Presented a pretty good buying opportunity. I believe it's down in the $52 range now. So tried to dollar cost as much as I could in there. It was about $20 a couple of times. Didn't have much money to play with, but try to add to it when I can, bring that cost down. Energy transfer here, the 3.375. This is strictly from the drip. Nothing in addition added. Pepsi being the goal for the year, so try to add about a quarter of a share there. Target as well. I kind of had a feeling that their earnings was going to come in kind of low, so I waited. Just as expected, their earnings was rough. So once the stock dropped down, I picked up. It was only about $20 worth or whatever, so that's where the 0.175 is. But still keeps my cost right around 130, 35 bucks or something like that. We'll look at it on the next slide, but just try to add to it a little bit while I could, especially with it being down. Johnson & Johnson as well as just it's been struggling lately, so just a cost basis play. Colgate Palmolive being a goal for the year, so about a quarter of a share there, a little less. Try to add, as well as just a cost basis play here on Starbucks. So not too many additions, just little by little, but as this account grows little by little, I don't have a lot of free money sitting around, things like that, where I can add thousands of dollars. So if it's 20, 50, 100 bucks at a time, then so be it. That's what I'm going to work with. So if you take a look at the 365 history, a lot of greens still. A lot of greens is a good thing. Obviously, some of the reds still have some opportunities, but great buying opportunities. So a couple things to address. I guess this past week I had quite a few comments just referring to kind of my over diversified portfolio here, and I have to agree. There's some things that I have actually been looking at and thinking about, just especially on the one slide where it shows I have the 22 holdings. When I look at the math, 22 is kind of a lot. And this past week I've really been focusing and studying more on kind of your circle of competence and things that and some of these holdings that I have, I'm going to take a real deep look at again this upcoming week. Just revisit some of the numbers, and they may go, especially I think Rhythm Capital. Some of these ones that I'm up on may not fit my portfolio anymore. A lot of holdings that I have were things that I picked up just when I was first starting out, chasing the yield like a lot of people do. But now as I'm kind of learning a little bit more and getting settled in more as who I'm going to be as the investor and things that I want to hold, forever. There's going to be some things that just don't fit anymore, and so I got to take a look at that, get get everything situated with that. So stay tuned for next week. I may be offloading a couple. We'll just have to see how it goes, but there's quite a few things, and we'll cover that a little bit more here on the next slide. But just wanted to point that out. So moving across, you'll see, back down. It was up the week prior, but again, it was a really tough week. You can see the price sitting at $52 a share basically. So my cost is $55.83, which isn't horrible, but still got some ways to go to get back to. I think it was about $60 up, and so it had a really rough week. I see Kraft Heinz is still kind of on the cusp there. Tesla's still right where it's been. Johnson and Johnson same. Beachy kind of took a little bit of a turn this week. I think most of the real estate sector, especially just with being a rough week and some of those really down days that we had, the real estate REITs and things here just kind of took a dive with it. So Starbucks working its way back a little bit, and see Walmart. Or Apple. Excuse me. Here, Apple is just dead even. Down 2 cents basically on the cost there, and Walmart's doing pretty good. So some of these ones that I was mentioning, like when I think about being over diversified or having quite a bit more holdings that I probably should, Tesla, QQQ, and JetY. I mean, those are three that like I said, I'm just kind of using those for the time being. But they'll be easy to offload and get rid of once I decide I'm actually going to get rid of them, kind of thing. There's a couple more, like I said, Rhythm Capital I think is one I'm going to take a look at. But I wanted to pose a question to you guys, and if you guys can leave, kind of in the comments here what I'm looking for. But the question is basically is if this was your portfolio, or if you had any advice on the holdings that I've got, you know, what's something here that doesn't seem to fit? What would you get rid of more or less? But don't just tell me like, hey, get rid of this. Give me an explanation as to why. Try to so I can learn and understand why. I want to be able to research a little bit more, put kind of do a deeper dive back into the numbers and check some things. But I kind of want to learn from you guys and understand like why it is you think I should get rid of them or whatnot. Just in an effort to learn and grow. So, but you see total right now in the portfolio up about $900 or 4.7%, which like I said, it was a couple $100 higher as of last week. So pretty much a rough week. You see the portfolio there. You can see, all of a sudden now it has a spike over here. So moving across. So Energy Transfer was what I received last week. So $5.95. Total of $11.11 so far this year. Not much coming from them, but hey, $5-6 at a time, it'll add up. But this is the screen when I kind of really started thinking about it when I got the 22 holdings there. I mean, sub 20 is kind of where I want to be. If I could be 15, 16, 17, somewhere in that range would be ideal. Especially for some of the things, like I said, I've really been studying more on circle of competence. There's some things that I know, some of these companies that I've watched for a while and have gotten kind of behind some of the numbers and research and whatnot. And others, it was just when I was new and I still have them. So again, I'm just trying to redefine the portfolio a little bit. So if you guys can help me, just hey, this one doesn't belong, or you should probably get rid of this. It's a dog or whatever. Just let me know why. So I try to respond as much as I can to the comments. But please be kind. I do read all the comments, kind of thing, and I try to take to heart what you guys say. Obviously, I'm still learning. I'm not the best at a lot of this stuff, and I defer to a lot of you guys in the comments and things that I learn in forums and whatnot to really learn and grow. But at the same rate, I don't take just everyone's word for it too. I'm going to do my own research and do that due diligence for myself. So, please help me out with that. So it brings the total what I've up for the month now to 118.40. I believe there's still those 3 payments left. I believe one's coming Tuesday, and I think I get 2 more dividends on Friday, so that should round out the month. So hoping to hit about that 132 range, and if so, that does put it at the highest month that I've received thus far. So we will have to check it out, but you can see over here at 132.87. This is just kind of a guesstimate. I think it's going to be a little higher, so it's going to be close to whether it'll be the highest or not, but I think it will be. So either way, $132 would be fantastic for the month. So stay tuned for next week when we get all that updated. So moving across, like I said, 118 so far for the month. So grand total is 571.34 for the year. You can see where I'm sitting there. The pies I haven't got quite updated yet, so especially if I'm looking at a few things. So goals we're pushing along here. I've got 21 more to go with Alter Your Group, 31 more to go with Colgate Palmolive, and 12, yeah, a little over 12 and a half here of Pepsi. So got some things that really gotta work on pushing those and getting those up to the where they need to be. So, and then after next week's video, I'll get this updated with the current figures. So hopefully I can get it pushed closer back to the 21,000 mark. I said it was pretty rough week. So moving across, see updated now. So now I'm down only about 25% so far quarter over quarter, but we still have quite a bit to go. So kind of a premature number there to really be concerned with or anything. But you can still see quarter one, quarter two, the blue should fully outshadow the gold color, just as I grow. 471.34 so far for the year. Obviously expecting that to grow. I'm still hoping to get that right around the $1,000 mark for the year. I think I'm on pace to do so, obviously, with 571, and we're not halfway through the year yet. So total dividends received since I've been tracking everything, so 926.37, which is about 61.76 per month. So moving across, let's see the projected income. Spikes are getting a little bigger, a little better here and there. Especially on the ones that with SCHG JEP, were the big focus last year. So you can see where I'm pushing here with Alter Your Group, Pepsi and Colgate Palmolive as I push forward. But you'll see some of the numbers here. So trend line pushing up, should be a little bit higher after next week once that newer spike comes up and hits there. So, but let me know what you guys think. I said it wasn't a whole lot added this past week, not a whole lot to play with, but I do have some money coming in this week, couple $100 hopefully. So be able to push a little bit more. Plus, like I said, maybe some changes to the portfolio. You guys will have to stay tuned for next week. Please comment below. Like I said, let me know what you guys think. Any pearls of wisdom you guys might have, something that I can research and look at. So it is going to be a short week, especially with the holidays. So please give this video a thumbs up, guys. Please subscribe to the channel. I will catch you guys next week. Happy investing.